You are listening to Roots and Rise with Kels and Madi.
Rooted in wisdom, rising together.
You may be thinking, why are they wearing such incredibly bright and beautiful colors?
Who are these fashion icons?
We got dressed up in Maddie's closet, and I am just going to let you know right now, nothing can beat it. Like, you literally cannot find another closet in the entire state of Oklahoma that's going to have this type of, like, what's the word when there's so many different...
Diversity.
It is a diverse closet.
I have clothes for every mood.
Look at what I'm wearing. This is insane.
This has a story.
Please tell the story. Please tell Also, if something pops out in the middle of this, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. She's,
sorry about that.
You know, all woman.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to Dallas, we were shopping, and by we, I mean my husband and I. And if you know my husband, you know his favorite color is tie-dye. So we're walking past Alice and Olivia, and he spots that. Now, I will tell you, my friend Kayla was with us, and she went inside, and they had this top, and it had matching pants. And he's like, you have to try that on for the Grateful Dead concert he was taking me to.
I mean, it's
and I was
not
like,
off-brand.
And I mean, I think I'd had a couple champagne, so I was like, sweet, you want to buy me some clothes? So I go in there and I like load up the dressing room, but I have to like try this whole piece on first. And he was like, I love it. And my friend Kayla's on the couch like, okay, maybe like just the top, not the pants. And Andrew's like, you at least got to get the top. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, if you love it, like, let's do it. Like, sure. If you know how, it's not like it's a very nice top. I've never worn it. I did not, in fact, wear it
to the Grateful Dead
Grateful Dead concert. I probably could have, but it's the most not me shirt that has ever existed.
I'm going to be so honest with you. I'm almost positive that this was made for me. Like, I'm going to be so real with you right now. I have never felt more seen in anything in my whole life than I do in this very revealing, like, pulled together top that has wings. If a large wind were to have gust through the neighborhood, I would have taken flight.
Also, I don't know if you can see if you're listening. Oh, some people can't see us. So yeah. This is a every color under the rainbow striped crop top. Incredible. It ties at the breasts, and the whole midriff is exposed.
Yep.
The arms are pleated. Like, what is this material?
It's 3 feet of material.
It looks like a really long labia.
There's a few of our very consistent male listeners that may be a little
they'll understand what it looks
that
like.
Conversation.
So it really is like a wing.
It's a 3-foot wing. It's a 3-foot wing,
and it's colorful and it's flowy. It's 70s disco.
I'm actually wildly upset I didn't have this to wear at my own wedding, because honestly, I would have been.
This would have been a good thing to change into.
I would have loved this. This is a theme. I love a costume.
We'll post a picture of this, so if you're listening, you can get a visual. I am in my sparkly blue.
Britney Spears, baby blue.
I actually wore this to Elsa on Ice or Frozen on Ice.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
It does make it like you literally could have been Elsa.
Right?
It's true.
I mean, I have 4 daughters. They were like,
that's incredible.
Yes, with an A.
They were excited about it. I'm excited that so we're going to Disney in September, Disney World in September. I will be
themed
out.
Yeah.
I will. And anybody that has the sitch on Disney outfits that you can wear to the park that are comfortable, but yet on theme, will you please let us know? Because I've never been to Disney World. Except for once when I was doing pageants at the time. So I feel like it didn't really count because you can't just go off and do your own thing. So I feel like I want to dress as a Disney princess each day. I'm very committed to this. So.
I can help you. We can do like color schemes.
Ooh, that can be like a whole.
That's a whole thing.
Special that we do.
Oh, yes.
I can't wait. We are talking about what to expect when you're expecting, for real, we have been through some of the trenches. We are sort of on the other side of it. Going to talk, this is specific to young women or young men who are about to become dads.
Oh, we've got good advice for that.
We've got great advice for you. And for those of you who have like, this is nostalgic. I have a kid who I remember this season. This is also for you too.
If you're a grandparent, listen to this.
Yep,
Maybe it will help you to empathize. And if you already have a baby, listen to this because it might make you feel a little less alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can still take some of this advice.
Yes.
Right?
This applies to us all,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. First off is if you are a dad, here is my biggest advice. You are not made to take care of the baby. You are made to take care of your wife.
There it is. Bam.
Mic drop.
Woof.
Serve her relentlessly. Can you imagine pushing something out of your private parts or waking up in the night and feeding them off your body or carrying something, or maybe you have an adoptive child? We can talk about sharing the load with that. Either way, a mother's love is exhausting. It is anxiety driven. It is hard on your body. You just have been through the trenches. Like, someone just take care of the mom. Someone just take care of the mom.
And I think that the biggest thing is not every mother is going to behave the same way. I have a very, very dear friend who's pregnant right now for the very first time. We talk about it every single day. She and I are made from two very different backgrounds, family lives, whatever. And she's like, I'm a little nervous that I'm going to be out of control or whatever. I was like, here's the deal. No matter what, there are going to be things that inevitably you'll want control over. But your best bet is to give control where you know you can to your husband, to your partner, so that you already are previously aware that that is off your plate. The more you can take off of your plate now, prior to baby, the better off we're going to be. I did not know that I was going to breastfeed both my children. I was not aware of that. I also didn't know how to do it. I ended up doing it for a year each. I was not given any sort of awareness about like the fact that you could like pump and give that to your husband to do. And it felt like if I did do that, then somehow I was going to like, my milk was going to go away.
Right.
Or like something bad was going to happen. And I had a lot of control issues, a lot of postpartum anxiety, a lot of that. So one way, if I could have done it differently, is really delineate some tasks to Hunter and done it previously and asked some advice on like, where can the dad take
What
some
can
of that
they
load?
do? Yeah.
I literally, this sounds dumb now, and he does a lot more of this, but like, I would have literally been like, all the laundry, that's you. Doing every ounce of the laundry, that's all you. All the dishes, any bottle, we didn't really use a ton of bottles, but like all that, it's got to be you, because knowing that I was already predisposed to be a little bit anxious, I was up with my babies in the middle of the night, no matter what. Didn't matter how tired I was. That was going to be me. So any task I could give him, I wish I would have been a little bit more strategic.
For sure.
But sometimes we just don't know what we don't know.
We don't know. And what I didn't know was that like sleep is a thing. Before I had my first child, I didn't know babies didn't just like come out and sleep at night. I didn't know that at all. And I was like, wait, hold up. Mine is broken. It keeps waking up. And it wasn't. It was normal. But then once my baby finally was sleeping, I was really anxious and I couldn't sleep. And I actually had gone to a doctor, and they're like, well, try melatonin, try this. And this was 10 years ago.
Wow.
If you're not sleeping consistently and you feel like you're losing it, advocate for yourself. There are things you can do. You don't have to be on medication forever, but like, mom needs to sleep. Talk to your doctor, figure out a plan. If the option's there to sleep and you can't sleep, that's usually postpartum anxiety. Okay.
And that's what I had.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, and it would just be like, I would just lay up and wait.
Couldn't even go to sleep.
Couldn't turn it off. And which had never been a struggle for me until after kids. But I always like to think of a mother as the leader of her home. it sounds kind of sexist, but and men lead in the home, but like a woman typically is a little bit more managerial.
Mm-hmm.
I want things done like this. I need this done before I can relax. It's not that way in every home, but it's what I find to be more typical talking to my girlfriends. And so a good leader delegates. A good leader doesn't have time to do it all, or you're going to half butt it. A good leader delegates. So where can you delegate? I remember after having my fourth, I am the kind that I didn't used to delegate. I thought I had to do it all in order to be it all. And I just sat in my recliner and started crying. And my husband was like, what can I do? Because it was all too much. I was like, that big pile of laundry. I just like, how do I keep up with it? How do I do this? And we have a pretty traditional marriage in the sense of he works a lot of hours a week. So he doesn't do our laundry or our dishes because he's not physically here to do it. And so he just said, why don't you send that out? Why don't you have someone do our laundry? And I was like, say less. Haven't done it since, which I could probably make time now, but that ship hath sailed.
No.
But it's true. Like, delegate where you can, mamas, because nothing's more important than that precious time with your baby. And you deserve to feel good and to spend it without having a slew of things in your brains going, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. Just love on them. It goes so fast.
Well, yeah. And I mean, this is, as somebody who, like, on the other end of that coin, or the other side of that coin, I think I was really struggling. Like, here's a little story, and this is not to freak out any new moms. This is just a truth. I didn't have any sort of postpartum psychosis, but I did have some issues with just, I wouldn't let anyone touch my firstborn for like a while because I was freaking out that, like, I mean, I wouldn't even let Hunter hold her for very long because I was just really, really in need of being close to her. And I mean, that's normal. Like those feelings are normal. But a few things that I want to be pretty clear on. So this story leads into the points. I had a panic attack when Hunter made the bed because, long story short, it was something that I felt I needed to do, and I needed to do it right. And everything felt like that heavy. Everything felt that intense. For that first 6 weeks seems like a long time, but it's really not. It goes by very, very fast. Here are the things that I would personally state, along with delineating some tasks, are going to help you. Number one, anytime that you feel that breaking point is about to happen, and if you do not have your partner in that space to share the load, if you can list 3 people that you would trust to watch your child while you slept, took a shower, or ate a meal separately away from your child, make that list now. I personally really struggled with making that list. I'll be honest with you. There were very few people that would, I honestly struggled to let my own husband hold my child. So like that list was a difficult one for me to make. If you can create a list of 3 people that would hold your child while you take a couple hours of nap, or if you took a shower or whatever, I think, and no matter what, it's everyone else's separate journey. So you need to do your own thing. But like that list of 3 people could save you. One of which, one of my best friends, Suzanne, she at this point, we weren't even that. I mean, at this point, we weren't as close as we are now. She came to my house. I had texted her and was like, I'm really struggling with the breastfeeding situation. I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I just don't know. She showed up to my house with 2 massive bags of breastfeeding supplies, walked me through everything, and was like, I didn't know you needed things like nipple shields and breast pads and ice packs. And like, I didn't know you needed any of that stuff. So I was,
I love that. She showed up.
She showed up in a way that like I didn't know. So now one of my favorite things to do is like show up at new mom's house with like all of these things. And I'm like, they probably already have it. But in the event they don't,
it's life-saving.
It's life-saving. And so she became very quickly one of the 3 people that it's like, when ish hits the fan, she's who I call.
For sure.
And so I would say that's the first step, is the first 3. And then my husband always says that, kind of back to earlier what we were saying, his belief system is that it is the man's job to get in the wife's boat. So if the wife's boat looks like it's spinning in circles, it does not fix the situation to try and course correct her boat for her. She will jump ship before she will jump into your boat, if this metaphor is making sense.
Yes.
So if, for example, if you see your partner spiraling and there is something like things are going awry, it is best to get into their boat with them, to see it from their vantage point, from their perspective, to calm and to soothe, so that then there can be a problem that can be solved. But before you do that, I think a lot of men make the mistake that they're going to solve the problem when they're in two separate boats.
Yep.
Do not make that mistake. Get into your wife's boat. It is an act of surrender and it is an act of sacrifice that your wife will forever thank you for, and will be, and it will solidify your team. But I think it's also, it's a necessary evil, because I think men's egos don't want that. And then women don't know how to ask for it. And then that's where I think a separation and a divide happens. So getting the 3 people on your list and partners, making sure you're in the same boat, going the same direction.
To tag on that, if you are struggling with this, share this right here with your partner. Childbirth is just as hard, grueling, the before, the during, the after, as you could imagine it would be. Just because so many women do it and it's so common and it happens every day, just like a woman's period. It's not great. It's really hard on your body. It's like really hard on your body. You feel terrible. Some women bounce back quicker than others. Some have a higher pain tolerance, but every single woman struggles postpartum because it's hard. So it's easy for society to minimize it. Just like, well, there would have to be maternity leave for everybody if it was that hard. No, there should be. Because it is that hard. Can you imagine if you haven't given birth? Like, what?
Do not get me on this. This
so
is
anyway,
like an actual.
Show this to your husband.
Like, I will lose my mind.
It is a big freaking deal.
Yeah, it is.
And you deserve to be treated like you just had a major medical procedure.
Because you did.
Exactly.
Because you did.
There's a lot of blood coming out of you.
That's real. And the thing with that part of it, there are some of us that are coming from different walks of life. My personal walk of life, I think Maddie will probably share this in some regard with me, is that I don't like the feeling of feeling weak or that something is wrong with me. So I'm like, women, a lot of us will relate to this feeling of like, well, we got to bounce back because we got to get back to it. And I think if we can encourage you to really rely on your village, and if you are in a situation where you're like, well, that's not me, I don't have a village, I want you to go back to the first thing I stated and really list, are there 3 people you can call? Are there 3?
Yeah.
If there are not, and you live in the Edmond area, I would love for you to go ahead and reach out to us, because we will make sure that you are handled.
Just like this.
For at least, I can promise you, you may not like that I'm in your house, but like, reach out to us. If you are a woman about to have a child and you do not have a village, I want you to reach out to us, because
please,
we will make sure that you are taken care of. There is nothing more horrifying. My mother was a single mom giving birth to me alone in a hospital. Her coworker came to the hospital to hold her hand while she pushed. Her coworker. Come on. So in my mind, I'm like, you're not going to do this alone, number 1. Number 2, you need to know that there's all this talk about the pregnancy and very little we talk about that first couple of weeks back at home. And there is so much beauty that takes place in those first 2 weeks. But in order to really enjoy that beauty with your small child, you have to treat yourself as gently and as delicately as you can, and go as slow as you possibly can, because this is a marathon, not a sprint.
And the hormones are real.
They are so very real.
You're just a basket case.
And you're sweating.
All of us are. And
Yep.
you sweat.
You sweat so much.
And also, P.S., I don't care how many people try to shill anything out, make you feel bad. You cannot prevent stretch marks. They are genetic. No lotion, cream, oil, or anything will prevent them or fix them.
Yep.
It is what it is.
And if you're a breastfeeding mom and you worry about your orangutan boobies, just know that you're in great company, because I've got some severe orangutan boobies. And you're just know you're not alone.
You're
We're
not alone.
all in this boat together. And we want you to know that you are on this incredible, beautiful motherhood journey that doesn't just come with like incredible, beautiful children. It comes with this community of moms that are going to hold you up when it gets really, really hard.
Yeah.
And it's going to get hard, and it's also going to be the greatest thing that ever happened. It is literally going to be the greatest thing that ever happened. Some of my favorite memories are us the first couple days, us being home, and we give Keller her first bath at home, and she poops straight up into the sky, and it lands right there on Hunter's face. He doesn't remember it this way, but I certainly do. And it was my favorite memory, because I'm like, it's almost like you got initiated into the club.
For sure.
The poop
And
in
there's
the
just
face.
all the first and the experience, and it is so beautiful. But I think that it's important to be mentally prepared
Yes.
for it not all to feel beautiful.
Sure.
Because a lot of it feels hard, lonely, isolating. And if you go into it with this feeling of, well, we've been celebrating this for 9 months. We've been excited. We've been looking forward to it. Why is this so hard? Why am I struggling? You're actually supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yep.
It's not bad, and it's nothing to dread, because it's so beautiful and wonderful, but it's hard.
Yep.
So if you feel like it's hard and you see other people just frolicking along, with their new babies, not skipping a beat, they're just showing the shiny parts,
Yeah.
because everyone hits that crying in their closet point. Everyone is crying and holding their baby in the middle of the night, just going, oh my gosh, this is so hard, and I love you so much, but I'm so tired. It's hard. It's really hard. And it's hard on your marriage, and it's hard on your relationships with your other kids if you've got them. It's a big change. It doesn't have to hold hands with resentment. It can just be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so real.
Mm-hmm.
It's so real. And I think that is actually one of the best things. Like, it doesn't have to hold hands with resentment, but it's challenging. It is hard. But there are, like, I want to say there's a million things that I want to give you as far as like tangible, actionable steps, right? Like, I always want to give an actionable step of things that can be done to make this easier. And in my head, I keep thinking of like, the first couple of weeks, like, make sure that you've got like extra food. And like, if your friend hasn't set up a meal train for you, like, we'll set up a meal train for you. And like, if there's like little things that need to be done, but at the end of the day, really it's about ensuring that you're healthy and you are safe as the mom, and as the husband, you're recognizing that, yes, there is a shift that has occurred. It is going to feel heavy and a lot. Yes, for some that are new dads out there or new partners that you did not just give birth to a baby, this is something that people don't talk about a lot. And Hunter actually likes to talk to young men about this a lot, is that feeling of feeling like you are not your wife's number one that's a universal feeling. Okay. That is a universal feeling. You are not alone in that feeling. Okay. That is a normal experience to have. The way though, to wield that for good, instead of turning away from your partner and turning away from your baby and making it more internal or, God forbid, even selfish. I think that the best thing you can do is seek out ways to be there and present for your family. Like, seek out ways and be present for your spouse. Seek out ways and be present with your brand new baby. And that might mean you running the errands. That might mean you getting out and going and taking care of some things. Maybe it means you, dad, going on a walk, because sometimes we need this space. We have to take care of ourselves and take care of each other. And I want everyone to understand that as a woman, this is the hardest thing physically I think most women will ever experience or go through.
But men, your emotional toll is taken into account, and you need to take care of yourselves as well and know that we're all in this together. We really are.
I think that those are such great points, and definitely giving husbands jobs and roles, or them taking on jobs and roles to feel purposeful in the home
Yes.
during this time is needed. I think the basis of what we're really just trying to drive home is, in this time when having babies, you don't really need all this stuff. You don't really need the prepped meals, because you can
you're
order
right.
Postmates.
You can.
You can Target deliver. You can send dad to do a Target pickup of anything you forgot. Like, you really don't have to be that physically prepared. You just need a car seat, maybe a crib, and some diapers. And they'll teach you how to swaddle in the hospital. Other than that, the best thing you can do to prepare for parenthood is to become the best version of you.
Yeah.
Take those 9 months to work on your relationships,
Yep. That's
your own emotional state. Even I wish I would have gone to therapy before having a child
Yeah.
to help me with how to like regulate my emotions and balance things. And so my biggest advice, and I think
Yeah.
Kelsey would agree, is don't stress too much about the materialistic parts of parenting. You can get anything you need, and you're going to be fine in that sense. The best way to prepare for one of the biggest changes that will ever happen to you is to get emotionally ready, strong, and healthy.
Period.
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 On that note, I need to go pick up my kids from school.
Done. Done.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Mwah.
Have a great day.